Lieutenant General Russel Honoré is a well-known figure in Louisiana for his response to both natural disaster and terror attacks. I sat down with the retired general to talk about his perspective on the New Orleans attack and whether military service members are more susceptible to radicalization. We are here to talk about the devastating event that occurred in New Orleans just at the top of the year, sir, and it was something that nobody expected.
But the warnings were there.
Yes, yes.
From the FBI and Homeland Security, based on events that had happened recently in Germany.
What do you feel that the city of New Orleans did right in that instance?
Well, they eventually stopped the villain from killing people,
Sure.
And they stopped him.
In your expert opinion, what are some things that you feel the city could improve upon in instances like the one we just saw?
Well, there are extensive reviews going on right now from the state, the federal government, and internal look by the police. You know, on any given day in the French Quarter, particularly if we look at that as the area that we're concerned with, even the barriers that were used and unused because they were out of operation for maintenance and repair, most of that is designed for traffic control, not necessarily a jihadist bomber that would give up his life to kill people. So when we look at the temporary barrier, the car that was a police car that was parked there, he found a way around it.
Yeah.
But he had done extensive planning and done intelligence work on where he would probably go in. But with a suicide bomber, as we used to train our troops going to Iraq and Afghanistan, they will go to no end to accomplish their mission, which is to kill people. And under the jihadist handbook, they're to kill until they're killed.
Wow.
So when you are faced with that type of a terrorist attack, the police did what they had to do, kill him. How do you retain the culture? How do you retain the fun of Mardi Gras? And said, we're going to prevent every corner and every group of people from a vehicle that could be used by a terrorist to kill people. It's almost an impossible task. This is why it's so important that in our lives, as we listen and look, and the job of the public is if you see something, say something.
Yes.
Someone that might be disturbed, somebody that might be saying something on social media, because if we can know ahead of time, we can stop them. So this is something new we've got to be able to live with. So police and barriers now are not just to control the traffic, it's to prevent a terrorist attack. And that is a big burden, not only the city of New Orleans, but every city in America.
There was also a recent attack in Las Vegas. There's been some speculation that there is some correlation in the radical attacks that we've been seeing over the span of about 10 years and involving ex-military. What are your thoughts on that?
That's a reality. And we go back to Timothy McVeigh and the Oklahoma City bombing.
Yes.
I participated in a study at Georgetown University and a recent study last year from the University of Maryland clearly indicate that subversive groups focus on disgruntled members in the military and disgruntled veterans that have grievances.
Why do you think those groups target our former military?
The phenomenon that was described at Georgetown is that we're supercharged with patriotism, what we believe is good for the country. And anything taken to an extreme and you're influenced by an outside force, say, hey, you got to do this to save the country. They were supercharged to believe that they were saving the country.
Yeah. Wow.
And the radical groups play into that with our veterans and even with our active duty soldiers to believe, hey, you're going to really live up to your oath to protect the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And that's why the few and that get engaged in these activities, they're vulnerable.
Wow.
Which came out of the Georgetown study that I participated in. We cannot let the terrorists win by us totally changing our life. We need to have our parades. We have those for a reason.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, and I hope to see you again and talk to you again soon on a better occasion.
Well, it's good to be back at LPB.